This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Our World Is Ended. In the last episode, we did another girl's ending. This time, it's the girl genius herself who will grow up to be a big girl. Tatiana's ending. Her ending is basically revolving around how she wants to be your gal, and you're like, oh, hold on, maybe wait 10 years before we start kissing her or doing anything like that. And she's like, okay, and you're like, oh boy, yeah. And then obviously when you choose her, everyone's like, hey dude, you're a lolicon, and everyone gets annoyed. Well, I think the only people that are okay with it are like Aruka and Awari. Everyone, all the other girls are like, oh, what's wrong with you? You know, and all this other stuff. And she has the same scenes as all the other girls. You hold her hand and all this other stuff. So it's like, it's kind of ooey. Oh man. All right. Anyway, let's just get through this. All right. Maybe it'll be more wholesome than I'm letting it up to be. So, summer holiday ends, and for the first time in a while, I find myself at college. We somehow successfully presented W.O.R.L.D in Heaven on the live stream, and though development still continues, things aren't nearly as hectic as before. And that's exactly why I'm able to visit the college like this. The end of the summer holiday also had Tatiana return to Hokkaido, freeing me from my work as her attendant, thank God. I finally got back to the peaceful everyday in which I'm not being abused by anyone. With the way you've been acting this whole game, you're going to be abused by people for the rest of your life. It's something to be glad about, but I now feel like something's lacking, and I'm not sure what it is. Oh well, the new school term has started, so I'll just do my best. As I walk with that motivation in my heart, I run into someone familiar at the side of the college's main gate. This is odd. We were supposed to meet up right here. Where'd she go? It's Yoko Ichinose-san. She's looking around for someone. Oh, Yoko-san, what are you doing here? Oh, Reiji-kun. Hello. Haven't seen you in a while. We meet here before, so she doesn't look particularly surprised. I'm actually waiting for someone here. Oh, and who would that be? Well, you know, soon enough. Look forward to it. She says that in a suggestive manner. Okay. I'm curious, but I decide against asking anything more. There's no guarantee that she'll tell me anyway. Anyway, I have a lecture, so I'll be going now. Alright, see you later. Yoko-san lightly bows her head, and I pass the main gate into the campus. I wonder what the mystery is. I seem to have come a bit earlier than I thought, so I still have time until the first lecture. Not that, like, that's a problem. I can hang around the classroom and do nothing. I walk around my destination, the third's building second floor. Shouldn't there be like a comment there? Man. Room 3205. Suddenly there's a campus announcement. We have a lost child. Eh? A lost child? And a college? This is the first time I ever hear of that happening. I ever heard? You mean I've ever heard? Ding. The person speaking seems to be quite perplexed by this too. Her name is Tatiana Alexandrovna Sharapova-chan. She's a little girl in a blue one-piece dress and... Eh? Hey, I'm not a little girl, and you got my name wrong. I'm Tatiana Alexandrovna Sharapova. She said it wrong. A familiar voice resounds, making my surprise even worse. There's no doubting it now. The girl is definitely Tatiana. Looks like she's as bad as pronouncing her own name as always. She complained about how the person said, despite not being able to say it herself. It's Tatiana Alexandrovna Sharapova. Am I the correct name? Anyway, any of the Tatiana Chan's caretakers or guardians, please come to the general affairs. Come pick me up. Why is she here, and how did she get lost? I'm really perplexed, but this isn't something I can ignore, so I just go to the general affairs room to pick her up. Oh, great. Isn't she supposed to be in Hokkaido? She's skipping class. What a bad girl. When I get there, a blonde girl jumps out of the room before I even walk inside. It's definitely Tatiana, the girl I said goodbye to not so long ago. She's still wearing her aqua one-piece dress and a loose lab coat. It's Reiji. Though she sounded tough on the announcement, it's clear that she was feeling pretty helpless. Half crying, she clings to me. You're too slow. I want to start to cry, but you won't come. Take responsibility for the scare. She starts making the most absurd complaints. Not that I'm used to it by now. The workers seem generally relieved that her guardian showed up. She must have given them a rough time. They excuse themselves and quickly return back to the room, clearly showing they want nothing to do with her any longer. Yeah, you and me both. I wait for Tatiana to calm down, then ask her, why are you even here? Did you go back to Hokkaido? You have middle school to go to, don't you? Technically, she could probably skip like all the grades with her intelligence. Hey, what's that? We haven't seen her in a while. You need to be removed. Get all teary and snotty. Look what damn's burst. That's you, lady. She's acting like an elementary school girl again. I won't get teary and snotty no matter how moved I am. And what do you want me to become? What do you want me to become dehydrated? We're suddenly joined by Yoko-san. Tanya, I heard the announcement. Why'd you go into the college? We agreed to meet the entrance, right? Oh, Yoko, where were you? Were you lost? I was really worried. Hold on! We're the one who was lost! I look at Yoko-san. So Tatiana was the one you were waiting for, huh? You could have told me. That's no good. I want to sneak in and surprise you. Well, too bad. That failed. She stares at me with expectant eyes. Were you so surprised you peed yourself? Oh, good. Getting those jokes again. I was surprised, yeah, but I didn't pee myself. And you really didn't sneak in. They said your name in the announcement, and then you said it yourself. No, that's if you got it wrong. Who cares about the details? It's not my fault my name is so hard. She shifts her blame away from herself and on her own name. Wow. Also, that announcement's all wrong. I wasn't lost at all. The college staff just assumed that it was for some reason. She's half lying about that, I'm sure, but if she insisted she wasn't lost, it's best just leave it at that. Alright, must have been hard. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Why are you here anyway? Are you here to check this out as a potential college you go to? Isn't it a bit early for that? You got the wrong grades. I did? Yeah, I'm not here because I want to go to this college. The person you're looking at right now is the same Tanya you know. I am not Professor Tatiana. How's that? She puffs her lacking chest proudly. Well, I don't have to say my line. I can't understand what she means at all. Excuse me? Professor? With the professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's Island. The one to respond this time is Yoko-san. A physics professor was hospitalized recently. We asked Tanya to fill in for him as a guest lecturer. That's why I'll be staying at the base a little longer. You'll have to attend to me again. I have to attend to a professor and not in a fun way? Oh boy. Also, since I'm a professor here, you have to be my assistant professor. You're now a part-time assistant professor. But I'm already assistant director, lady. Hold on, that's not how assistant professors work. Are you actually a guest lecturer now? Is that even possible? It is, actually. Despite appearances, Tanya is world-famous researcher with a doctorate. But she's still in middle school! That's a small detail. In this world, anyway. What world are you living in? What world are you living in? The world of researchers and scientists. She says that as though it's only natural. But Yoko-san, Tatiana won't be able to handle lectures. Though she has the brain for it, I can just imagine her going for a nap in the middle of it. What is this college thinking? The college is actually thrilled to have a world-famous brain come handle some lectures. I'm Russia's hidden treasure, the world-famous brain. A genius and ultra-computer girl. I'll be the poster girl at this college. Tatiana herself seemed pretty enthusiastic about this. But you're still a middle schooler. Why did you take such a difficult job? Lecturing college students is hard, you know. This also means you'll have to skip on middle school, right? My slightly harsh words made Tatiana turn all sulky. But I wanted to be with you. That's why I agreed to this, and you're just complaining about it. Aren't you happy that we can be together in the college now? Oh, God, that's creepy. She looks at me with worry in her eyes. It honestly feels like she'll bawl if I say anything that I'm not happy about it. Hey, don't get me wrong. I am happy. Oh, really. It's hard for me to feel bad about the fact that she agreed to be a guest lecturer because she wants to be with me. Ooh. Yay. My answer makes her beam. And don't worry about middle school. I can continue studying just as normal. This whole thing counts as social studies, so I got the school's permission to do this. Man, when you're intelligent, apparently you places bend over backwards for your whims. That seems impossible, but you can't be sure when the world Yoko-san mentioned is involved. Anyway, good luck attending to her college, Reiji-kun. You'll be bringing her and taking her home, too. I told the college you're the perfect man to be your assistant. Don't say those words, lady. Yoko-san places her hand on my shoulder. Me? Tatiana's assistant? But I have my own lectures to attend. I try to argue, but... Reiji-kun, I hear that you have some serious credit issues last time. Ugh. This will come as a bit of surprise, but the professor Tanya beat in an argument actually endorsed her pretty strongly. If you do good work as her assistant, I'm sure you'll make a good impression. Anyway, good luck. She says that with a smile. I'm unable to argue against it, and she just leaves. I can't help but feel that she just forced me into taking care of Tatiana. Is this really okay? They're really smart. She's a real child at heart. Can she really hold a lecture? As I turn worried, Tatiana raises her voice. Reggie, it's all lecture time. Let's go to the classroom. If I recall correctly, it's around 3, 2, 5. Wait, so the lecture of my first lecture is... What? Me, of course. This is bad. Really bad. Lead me to the room. Let's dash to it. She asks me to leave, but runs off by herself. Hey, don't run like that. You'll fall. Unfortunately, my warning came at a moment too late, and she falls spectacularly. Her panties are fully visible now. Oh God, burn my eyes. I hurriedly look away. It hurts. I can't look at this. Reggie, give me a piggyback ride. Still on the floor, Tatiana makes that demand. Come on now. What kind of guest lecturer asks a student to carry her on his back? Then carry me in your arms. I won't lecture you if you don't. Then as my assistant, you'll glue his face and you won't get credit. I don't know if she is aware of what she's saying, but it's more than enough to corner me. Well, that's just absurd. My legs hurt. Tatiana starts throwing a tantrum. She's completely uncontrollable when she does this. Honestly, it's a bit too much for me. Ugh, alright. I give up, pick her out into a princess carrier and hurriedly go to the classroom. You're going down when we're at the door. I want you to walk in by yourself. I repeatedly make that as clear as possible. Lee. And so, I get stabbed. No. Anyway, it's guest lecture. Tatiana Alexandrovna Sharapova. This is Professor Tatiana Alexandrovna Sharapova. She can't introduce herself properly, so I do it instead. But man, is this uncomfortable. I mean, I'm on a classroom platform. Wah, wah, wah. And I'm a princess carrying Tatiana. Despite my insistence, Tatiana refused to go down before we entered the classroom, or the room. I tried to argue, but the lecture time came before I could convince her. I had no choice but to go to this classroom carrying her like this. The student gazes sting like hell, so I start to make excuses. Professor Tatiana fell and hurt her legs a moment ago, and she can't walk by herself now, so I was forced to carry her like this. Yeah, he's only carrying me because of an accident. Tatiana raises her voice. It's not because I'm small, don't get me wrong. Those words make me realize. I see, so you didn't want to go down because you're embarrassing, you're so short. Bullseye, she starts panicking. My legs really hurt, I'm sorry. Sure, I wanted to hide my height to keep them from underestimating me, but that's a small part of it. How small are we talking? Maybe about 75%. That's most of it. I start talking to her like I usually do. The students start making noise about it. Hey, can she seriously lecture us? She's just a child. Yeah, like, can she really do that? Oh no, I need to change their impression. I decide to tell them what an amazing person she is. If I don't, they won't accept her as a guest lecturer. Despite appearances, Professor Tatiana is really smart. She's graduated college in Russia and even has a doctorate. She also works in Northern Scientific Research Institute in Hokkaido. Basically, she's an amazing middle schooler. Though I did my best to tell them how impressed she is, doesn't look like it worked. Crap, it's all because I emphasized the fact that she's a middle schooler. It's too late to take that back now, though. Right, I'll tell them about the time she beat one of our professors in an argument. They'll surely understand then. Before I can talk about that, Tatiana starts speaking herself. Yeah, I'm really amazing. Well, are you so surprised you prove yourself? Yeah. Tatiana talks like an elementary schooler and laughs like a child. There's not a hint of the majesty you expect from a professor. As I start giving up, one of the students raises his hands. It's Satoi, or Sato, a friend of mine. That's fine and all, but why are you with her, Misaki? Yeah, of course she'd find it weird. Tatiana suddenly clears her throat and starts talking proudly. Reiji is my attendant, assistant, and part-time assistant professor. And we are living together for a while. We'll be living together from now on, too. That's why it's not for them to help me. Princess carrying is an everyday thing for us. I won't ding it because that's how she's supposed to be talking. Her words make the students turn noisy. By everyday thing, she means everyday thing. As I try to translate, notice a much bigger issue. Hold on! Since when is Princess carrying an everyday thing for us? It's just an everyday thing. I mean, when I fall asleep, it always takes me to the tent. Ugh! She's right. Princess carrying really is an everyday thing. I mean, everyday thing for us. Elated, Tatiana keeps on talking. Nice already. We're now lovey-dovey couple. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's absolutely groundless. No, he's not supposed to talk weird like that, so I'm gonna ding it. But it says crowned instead of groundless. Stop saying nonsense. Reiji once secretly took a photo of my panties. I didn't. I never did anything like that. Here comes the feds. I face the students. I didn't. Okay, don't get it wrong. They give me a cold glare, like they're looking at some sort of pervert. I mean, Owari took kindly to you, so. But you see my panties often. You did the hallway just now, right? That's your own fault for falling, isn't it? I didn't see them because I wanted to. Also, you like stuffing dark shiny rods into my mouth. Whoa, okay. I'm prepared to get arrested, apparently. Just say chocolate bars. You make some people misunderstand. Seriously, they can get me arrested. We argue like we're a married couple or something. The students must be really disturbed. I'm afraid to even look at them. You're a good man, but I have to stay close and watch out so that no one comes to take you. After all, colleges are nori hives. They're dangerous places for someone as plain as you. What do you mean, come and take me? That never happened. She ignores my words and faces the students. Listen up, Reiji belongs to me. Any woman tries to woo him won't get guarded. Tatiana says something outrageous. It's safe to assume that the exchange so far made them think I'm into little girls. I didn't think anyone will come close to me now. In fact, I'll probably be avoided by my friends. Tatiana didn't notice my gloominess and talks to me with a smile. Alright, let's start the lecture. Reiji, do your job as my assistant. I'll pet your head if you do good. I don't need that! What? You hate it when I pet your head? She starts to look lonely. No, I can't say I do. Then don't hold back. I pat your head all you want. Alright, here's a prepayment. She reaches for my head and gently rubs it. Good boy, good boy. What am I, a dog? I don't like feeling this way, but this is a bit healing. As peace fills my heart, I'm overcome by strange urgency to do my best to look after this genius yet childish, clueless little girl. She relies on me so much, so I have to answer her expectations. I look at the students and see that they're disturbed, like completely freaked out. It's too late to try and save face, but their cold gaze still give me great pain. Professor Tatiana, let's start the lecture. Alright, once we're done, we'll go buy some good gadgets. Leave them together on a bench outside. Oh, good. Man, this whole ending has been a whole phrasing moment. Tatiana finally gave up on the princess carry and started the lecture. She lived up to her name as a genius, but she often slipped up on the most basic words, and as her assistant, I had to correct her many times. I even had to hold her up to help her reach the higher parts of the board. My job as Professor Tatiana's assistant was harder than I thought, but I did enjoy doing something with her in place other than the base. I finally understand what was lacking when Tatiana went back to Hokkaido. I see, so I actually wanted to keep taking care of this girl. The fact that my role as her attendant became such a huge part of me made me Riley. Suddenly, Tatiana loses her vigor and sits on the platform. Ready, I'm all out of energy. Hurry, give me a chocolate bar. Alright, wait here. And then just leave the door, lock it, just run away. I ran out of the classroom and hurried to the school store to buy her a chocolate bar. Ready, I'm counting on you. Hurry up and thrust a chocolate bar into my mouth. Freezing! As Tatiana sticks her face out through the door. You're the one who wants to put rods in my mouth. Oh god, this is a mission that only you can do. Stop saying it like that! You'll cause misunderstandings. I complain, but I'm feeling fulfilled. If possible, I'd like to be the Reiji she relies on forever. Be the Reiji that relies on you, that relies on me, that relies on you. Even if my friends call me a lolicon or a pervert, I run through the hallway while hoping that this continues, accepting all that comes with it. The end. A childish world to start. Professor and assistant. Tatiana's in. Ugh, that one was creepy. Man, all the phrasing and everything like that. Ugh. Yeesh. Well, it's done for. Wasn't looking forward to that one, but yeah, that one was definitely going to be a lot of like awkward moments and stuff like that. that was actually shorter than all the other ones, probably because of that or anything like that. So, actually, since that was a little bit shorter, I could show you like a bit about the whole, the compilation stuff, or at least hers, really quick, just to kind of show you what it entails, really quick. Do that for like a minute or two before we call it an episode. Change the world. I guess that's her line for that. Tatiana's Childish World. Note, the section contains expressions not used in the original scenario. There you go. So, it's just putting them in different scenarios. So, Sky, don't ignore me, you pervert. Reiji lost 5 points because he stepped in poop. Reiji stepped in poop. Oh, well, she's sleeping. Reiji stepped in poop and fell down. He's all poopy now. I thought he said that. She said that somewhere. Anyway, did you step in poop or something? God, is that all her recollection? Is just her talking about poop? No, that's not supposed. That's supposed to be poop, not a pronoun appeal. No, I remember that scene. It's playful attack that makes poop. People slip and covered in poop. That's something didn't follow my instructions at all. You don't hear it? This will do it. Alright, we don't have time. Stop talking about doo-doo and start building this thing, because I don't remember that during her scene. A son sponges hurt a lot. You'll probably poop yourself. I don't want to poop myself. We're going to each other will keep me then. I swear these are slightly modified from their actual scenes, because when I did the W.O.R.L.D one, it was having him saying weird stuff at a spot that he shouldn't have been at, you know? I took that he pooped and died then joined your account, whatever that is. Yeah, I don't remember these lines at all. I think that's the joke because she said poops, and now this little compilation of her say poop all the time. What are we, 5? Oh wait, she is 5. Oh, not really, but she might as well be 5. She's supposed to be 13 right at this point. What kind of 13-year-old talks about poop? Anyway, well, unless you're to German Scheiße stuff. This whole instance, it's like poop anyway. So it's good for Courtney to be poop too. As long as we have you, reality is just poop. To me, the world where you are is everything. Your spec documents are perfect compared to them. All those that came before are poop. Good lord. Yeah, I'm really amazing. Well, are you so surprised you pooped yourself? Yeah. Well, looks like in the main story, Tatiana mentioned poop a total of 18 times. Wow. Tatiana included. So wait, are those all her lines are shit poop? I feel like that was exaggerated or something. I know she's supposed to be childish, but that's still too much. Yeah, and so that's. And is this just her other expressions of, oh, like how many times she slept or whatever? Gotcha. I'm just gonna skip those. That'll be interesting to find out like how many times she actually fell asleep during the story. We call this padding. No, but still. Well, like with the Warrior Sons thing, it looked like that scene was added, so maybe it just depends on the character. So what does that one say? We don't need to see that here. This one looks familiar. Why are you showing me that scene, game? Oh, this one they are. Okay, well we can. I'm gonna exit on that one. So, all right. Well, I mean that's basically what. So I guess it just depends on the person what they do or show or talk about or whatever. So, but yeah. So that's Tatiana's ending. So in the next episode of Our World Is Ended, we'll go to our lovely airhead with the memory weapons of destruction, Unisan herself. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time.